Hello everyone. Once again, this is artist Purva Pandit representing Artiste360, and we're going to have a fun doodling session. So, uh, I'm just waiting for you all to join in. Okay, I see one viewer. Okay, this is my first live on Facebook. That's the reason I'm not aware how this happens. But is it that you guys can ask me questions like how it happens on Instagram? I just want to know. Uh, okay. Okay, Gemini is watching. Hi, Gemini. Can you ask me questions here by any chance? Like how it happens on Instagram? Just want a heads up. Okay, yes, she says hello. Hi Shweta. Okay, I'll start the session, but before that I just want you all to know that you guys be ready with a pen and a paper so that we have no issues doodling. So what I'll do is I will start the session. Doodling actually has no rules as such. Only thing is that you need to enjoy the process. So I've articulated basic steps of how you can go about doodling if you're a beginner and even if you're a doodler. So pay attention. I will... is this class okay for 8 years old? Yes, of course, it is perfect. But mothers would have to guide them for sure. But 8 years and even 6 years can participate. So let us begin. I'll just turn the camera. So this is a texture palette. This is a texture palette. These are the textures I generally use in my doodles. So the first step is to create a texture palette. I suggest you all to take a screenshot of this so that this remains with you, and you can use these textures for your own personal doodles. I would also request you all to make a personal texture palette of your own, create textures which you can relate to, which you can have fun doodling. So this is your first step. Then this is something we'll come back to maybe later. Your second step is this. Now, if you are a beginner, you please make a 3" by 3" square. And what you need to put in square are these things: one triangle, two circles, one square, one half circle, one random form, a random form. This is a random form, an abstract form, and one line. Now make sure when you're creating this form, you are cutting all the edges. Now I don't want you to copy the exact same thing. This is just for your reference. You create a own design, your own personal design for yourself. Just make sure that you fulfill this criteria. Alright, and if you're a regular doodler, you create a random form. You create a random form like this. Okay, can you see? I just want to ask you all, is the network okay? So you create a random form like this. This will be your first step. If you want to take a screenshot of this, you please take a screenshot of this so it remains with you. And if you guys have any doubts, please ask me questions. I can see your comments. Thank you, Tarang. Thank you so much for appreciating. So just to give you an idea, if you make a form like this and you create a pattern like this, after this what you got to do is you have to fill in the textures from your texture palette. You see these textures, you got to fill these textures in this form. And when you do that, your design would look something like this. See, these are all the textures that my texture palette has. Only thing is that why I'm telling you all to cut the forms is because then you get these patches where you can fill in different texture and the entire drawing looks beautiful. So I want you all to start doodling, start doing this. Meanwhile, what I'll do is I will finish my doodle too. This is something I made in the last session of doodle session basic class that I've taken on Instagram. Now today I've created something like this. So with the brushes, I've made these sketches of the tubes and I'm going to doodle on them now along with you all so that you can see and learn. Ayushi is asking, where do we take inspiration for our texture forms? You can take inspiration from anything, like any form, as in, see, I'll tell you what, you can go to your kitchen and you look out for pulses and grains. You have so many textures there. You have like, rice has got a different texture, your what do you say, gehu has got a different texture, your pulses have got a different texture. And if you go ahead, you cut your vegetables, when you cut them in half, even onion has got a texture of its own, ladyfinger has a texture of its own, and so on. So inspiration can come from any place. Now I've been doodling since past God knows what time, since the time I was in school. So I've got better with my practice in hand, and doodling just came to me. There are no such rules for doodling. It just is a process. I have just articulated these steps so that you have confidence to at least begin with. Once you understand what doodling is, you can go crazy and absurd painting and doodling. So yeah, even this could be a texture. This could be a texture. I hope I'm clear, Ayushi. I've taken up your question. Tinkle Sony, thank you so much. Thank you. So I will start doodling this. Meanwhile, you make sure you are doodling so that we are in this process together. I'll just ask my husband to hold the camera. Thank you so much. The pens, by the way, the pens I use are rotring pens. They are technical pens. You can use any pen you're comfortable using. It could be a normal ballpoint pen as well. It could be a gel pen. It could be a pilot pen. Any pen. As far as you're enjoying the pen, you need to enjoy your tool. That's also very important. I'm using this technical pen because back in college, I never got a chance to use a technical pen. But I wanted to explore it, and while exploring it, I fell in love with the way it glides on the paper. So I started using it, I got a hang of it, and yes, I use this pen. I have a set of 3 pens. One is 0.10, this is 0.30 and 0.50. So yes, this is what I'm going to use now. Can you zoom in your texture palette, please? Yeah, Kriti, I'll do that right away. See, these are the textures. So this is how a texture palette is. The thing is that I am not that active on Facebook, but Artist360 is so sweet to have arranged this class for you all. If you have any doubts and you're looking for more collaborations with Artist360 and me together, make sure you follow their Instagram page and also my Instagram handle, that's @Purva Pandit. I will mention it in the end. And yeah, keep asking questions. Thank you, Kriti. Thank you so much. So this is how, so this is ready. This is done. I'm going to work on this tiny little tube. I hope you guys are doodling, because only then you will see the results and you will understand how we can go about it. Abhinay, please just look into the comments. If there are any questions people are asking, just prompt them so that, I can take them up while sketching. So, well, this is how you do it. You see, the point is so fine and nice. That's what makes it interesting. Also, the sketches are really very tiny. I will show you all. I'll measure it in a scale. So, yeah, this is how you go about it. Also, doodling is a very meditative process. So, you need to enjoy. And this is a personal art thing, that, you don't really have to share it with anyone. Yes, you can do that, but the main thing is that you got to enjoy doodling. Also, doodling is very therapeutic because it releases stress. I never thought I would actually be creating sessions of doodling and stuff like that, because while I was in school, I doodled only so that, my stress was relieved. I hope you guys are doodling along with me. Yes, Ayushi, I use rotring pens even to make the border. Entire artwork is just done by rotring pen and a paper. Of course, I sketch my forms with a pencil first and then go ahead with doodling. So on. I'm going to finish this. I'm going to put a picture of this on later in the pictures on Artist360, because this is a meditative process. It's going to take time and I need to show much more stuff to you all. So yes, you wait until I put it up. So yeah, so now when I say, now for the beginners, I've already told you all to create a form like this. I want to talk more about this. For doodlers, why it is necessary to initially begin with formless forms is because you get a hang of your textures. Also, you understand how a form develops. It's very important to learn distortion if you're an artist and if you want to become an artist. So this is just an example. Like I showed you all, this is what you achieve, right? And this is other examples of formless forms. See, they all look beautiful, but you got to practice it. You can achieve this level of perfection only when you practice. Smita, she's saying just join in. Could we doodle with animal forms also? Yes, of course. We can doodle with animal forms. We can do doodling, we can go on and on and on with it. There is no stop for it. I just initiated this class in collaboration with Artist360 is because I wanted everyone to enjoy this, especially this lockdown, because I find my sanity in while doodling and I wanted to help others too. So yeah, that was the thing.